Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel learngcpwithmahesh. So today we will see a new approach of learning Google Cloud concepts. So there are different ways, right? You look into the documentation, you do some demos, you look into various YouTube channel, you take an official training, all those kind of stuff. So the new approach in 2023, which I would like to suggest, is using OpenAI's chat GPT. So you would have heard of various stories about this in the internet, so I don't need to explain what is this all about. But for people who have not aware about chat GPT, it is basically a chat bot which has some advanced concepts where the moment you type something, it is going to give you a good recommendation, a very good solution is what I would say, which we'll see in action when we start looking into the demonstration. So, and there are various stories that whether you may look into the articles, like whether chat gpt is going to basically uh, is going to destroy, or it's going to bring end of is going to bring google to google search engine to end. Various stuffs, various theories have been proposed basically. So that is all something which we don't want to discuss. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to see how we can tap onto chat gpt's features and learn Google Cloud concepts. So that is what we wanted to see. So let's get started. All right, we are in our Google Cloud console. So assume I'm basically a fresher, a novice who is just starting Google Cloud. So I don't know anything about Google Cloud. So what I do is I just create an account in ChatGPT. It's very simple. Just go to chat.openai.com/chat and you should be able to sign up. Just you can sign up with a Google account. You provide your phone number. That's it. So very simple. As of today, 2nd of January 2023, it is free. It could become commercial at some point of time, but today it is free. So with that being the case, so let's see how we can basically use this chat gpt to learn Google Cloud concept. So the first question is going to be, what is Google Cloud? So the beauty of this is it's not going to be a result which search engine gives. You get a content which is very apt. So to be very frank, whenever I do trainings, right, I usually literally use these words: a suite of public cloud computing services offered by Google, which runs on the same infrastructure. Those are really good content, right? So not only are preparing for about the stuff, you're also, maybe you can use this textual information for creating a PowerPoint. So awesome, right? So let's go to the next step. Now, the person who have understood what is Google Cloud. So what are the various services in GCP? Various services in GCP, and let's see what are the various services it's going to offer. So it says compute engine, the various compute options, the various storage options, the various networking, database, then the management tools, developer tools, AI capability. Awesome, right? Mind blowing is what I would say. And just for your information, if you look into the documentation of chat gpt, they say they have use billions and trillions of information basically, and the information which has been loaded into that system is till 2021. So maybe you will see a slight difference of data here is what I would say. Say for example, some new products which is there in Google Cloud services may not be listed. That is what you see it. So this is all good. So you may say, Mahesh, this is all possible even with a normal chatbot kind of a stuff. Now this is where the next steps becomes very handy. So let's assume you have learned something little better. So now I am working on Google Cloud Storage Bucket. I want to change the object into public. Yesterday also in our video we had seen how we can make an object public. So if you remember the video which I showed yesterday, so there I use the user interface only for a simplicity reason. But if I want to do it via command line, so how do we do it? So let's just look into it. Change the object to public in GCS command line. So let's just leave it and see what is the response it gives. So to change, it gives you a step-by-step instruction to use gsutil, and it also goes and gives you a command where you are going to use gsutil acl. You are going to change the acl, change the user hyphen u, all user, which is the entire internet, minus or colon r indicates basically reader permission. Beautiful option, right? It gives you in command line and in the user interface, folks. Awesome, right? I was basically happy to see this. Now the next thing will definitely blow your mind, so let me show you this part. I assume I want to write a cloud functions where I want to read from a bucket and write it into BigQuery. So cloud function, cloud functions code to read from GCS and write to BigQuery. You'll be basically blown with the concept. It shows a snippet of code, folks. So, which is really an awesome piece, is what I would say. So, where it also puts comments. That's the beauty. So, GCS to BigQuery. So, what event? It's going to be using the Google Cloud Storage bucket as the event. So, and it's going to use the client, BigQuery client. Then stores the data in a temporary storage, then basically writes everything into basically BigQuery. Awesome, right? So which is basically a really cool option. Now you may say I may not write code, Mahesh. I'm more from a say for example from an infrastructure background, so that is also possible. So let's do something like this. Say for example Terraform to create private GKE cluster with private endpoint. That's it. This is going to be again an mind-blowing response where it mentions the provider. So what is the best way to use the credentials? That's it's going to show. Then look at the coolest piece of it. So enable private endpoint true, enable private nodes. So private nodes, enable private nodes is going to create a private Kubernetes cluster. Private endpoint is going to make it as private endpoint. So meaning the cluster IP is going to be an internal IP address. That's it. You have a working piece of code, Terraform code. You should definitely be able to use this. Awesome, right? So one last stuff, maybe one last two things which I wanted to share it with you. So pricing of BigQuery. So how the pricing of BigQuery is going to happen. So there's going to be storage, there's going to be streaming insert, then there's going to be a query cost. So which it shows. Hopefully it shows some examples also. Yeah, which is showing awesome. Mind-blowing, right? So you may say BigQuery, everybody knows the cost, all those things. So let's go with one more example, pricing of CloudNAT. So not many people know the pricing of NAT, so you have to look into the documentation. So here, basically it has taken the documentation, understood it, basically giving us a response how it is going to be charged, right? So from nowhere, what is Google Cloud? We have come to pricing details of it. That's something. Now every product has something which needs to improve over a period of time, right? So all the stuff which we saw was really mind-blowing. So I wanted to show this because whenever I do a training, right, I usually have seen this is a standard question, and I have a detailed response for this, which usually takes like 30 minutes for me to explain this question. The question is usually is difference between custom image and snapshot. So this is a standard question which I get. To give an explanation, I usually take around, as I mentioned, 30 minutes with lots of demonstration so that they understand it. So let's see what ChatGPT gives us as a response. And I've already seen this response when I was exploring this product. I wanted to highlight that a few things needs to be updated, so we can provide response. Basically we can feedback so that it can improve all this kind of stuff. So the one which I wanted to highlight is to start with, custom image is a copy of the disk that you can use to create new instance. It is specialized type of disk that can be used to create new instances. Okay, on the other hand is a copy of the disk that is taken from a specific point in time, so primarily for backup purpose. So the one thing which I had seen is this one. There was one option where uh, okay, I remember seeing something. Custom images are okay for new instances, while snapshot is used for creating new disks. That's fine. Snapshot or this thing. So yesterday I had seen some response. Basically I'm not seeing it today. Overall can be used quickly. Looks like it got updated if I'm not wrong. Deletion can be deleted, but snapshot cannot be deleted until they are not lead by any disk or images. um, Okay, I don't see that response which I saw yesterday. The one of the response was mentioning that snapshot is only within accessible within the project, which is not true. So you can access it across any Google account. As long as you have the right access, you should be able to share the snapshot or the custom image. So that was something which I had seen yesterday. So I thought it is a improvement, but looks like it is already improved is my understanding. So I wanted to stop with a smaller last final demonstration. Let's look into it. The final piece which I wanted to show basically is I'm in the official page of Associate Cloud Engineer. I'm just taking this certification. Randomly I just took it and I've gone to the sample questions there. So the one which I wanted to try now is basically why don't I copy this and ask chat gpt what could be the possible answer. Let's look into it. I've not tried this, so something which came to my mind right now, so I thought okay, why not try it. So, and please note this is a learning system, so it can give you some response which may not be correct, right? So let's not expect it to give always 100% correct answer. So let's paste this and see what is going to be the answer. um, Beautiful, folks. So is what I would say. So that's mind blowing answer is what I would say. Let's see. Alternatively, consider beautiful. Now this is could be used for learning your some good questions. So let me just literally read it. Your organization plans to migrate its financial transaction monitoring application to Google Cloud. Auditors need to view the data and run reports in BigQuery, but they are not allowed to perform transactions in this thing. You are leading the migration and you want the simplest solution. What would you do? So let's see what is the response basically. So allow auditors to view the data and run reporting without allowing them to perform transactions. You could consider creating a separate instance of the application for auditors and grant them read-only access to the database. Okay, to some extent a good response. This would also include creating an instance of the application with its own database and granting read-only access. They would be able to it is still treating it as database. Maybe a small tuning is required because BigQuery is a data warehouse, but it is giving more of a high level concept is what I would say. This solution would be relatively simple and would require minimal maintenance, as you would need maintain a separate instance. I don't really understand what it means by instance here. Grant auditors to these things. Okay, it could also provide a high level of security, as auditors would not be able to modify this thing. Alternatively, there's an alternative solution. Let's look into it. You could consider using cloud functions as a serverless function that retrieves data from the data and makes it available to auditors in BigQuery. This would also be a relatively simple solution that would require minimal effort, but it may not be as secure as a separate solution. Not to a great extent, but it is trying to give you a response is my understanding, which is to some, which gives us some idea basically, which is a good choice basically. So I would say like leveraging chatbot is going to be really really awesome going forward is my understanding. I'll also try to show some more demos, and you can also go try it. So whatever the questions which you have, you can try using it, and there are various stuff. So you can start using this and definitely do some kind of a monetization, maybe some kind of a training on chat gpt, various stuffs. If you just search on internet, you get it. So but as long as it is free, you can leverage it. Once it becomes a paid service, then we don't know what would be the model it is going to be there. So that's a video which I wanted to share, like how we can leverage chat gpt to learn google cloud concepts. So hope you like the video. Thank you for watching.